We also have our two directors of education, Ward Struby and Ryan Bowen. So thank them all for coming out and supporting us. Let me see if there's anyone else. Oh, most important people, bus drivers here. We have our bus drivers. So we have Wendy, Natasha, and Wendy. So easier to remember the names and everything. We're that's exactly the way it should be. For Prairie South, this event is really important. It helps us with safety, and especially safety while we're busing. So we're hoping that you enjoy it. We're hoping that we're glad we have the shade, and the bus ride will be really enjoyable. I'm going to hand it off to Kara. Oh. Anyone? Actually, I chatted with them. They all said, "No, we're good." So at this time, we'll introduce someone that would like to talk, Kara.
Well, I don't want to talk.
She's gonna lead through the safety talk and also talk about all the things with the buses. So, Kara.
Awesome. I think I said hi to most of you guys this morning. My name is Kara. I work for Prairie South. I have a big, long, fancy job title, and I have many responsibilities, but today my job is to talk about bus safety and teach you guys how to ride the bus in a safe way. So that's my job today. I'm going to talk lots. We're going to talk lots about rules and the way things run. Some stuff is for mums and dads, and then some stuff is for you guys. So we'll do a little bit of both, and then when we're finished, there's going to be lots of goodies for you guys to pick up and take home. Everything from coloring books to maybe a special treat from one of our bus drivers. So, just a little background. Prairie South started this program 6 years ago, and every year we've seen it grow, which is super exciting. We get more and more kids every year. 5 years ago, we brought Holy Trinity on board. Prairie South and Holy Trinity work together within the city of Moose Jaw and surrounding areas to do busing together, and we kind of tackle it together. So. Some of you are Holy Trinity students, but you'll actually ride a Prairie South bus. It can get confusing sometimes, but if you ever have any questions, you just call us and let us know. Okay, so for the most part, today when you hear me say we, I'm talking about Prairie South and Holy Trinity together as a team. Okay, we're all on one big team. First thing I want to reiterate, like Todd said, is that in transportation, safety is our #1 priority. So that being said, we really rely heavily on families to help to teach and enforce bus safety rules at home, because that's really where it starts. Once your kids get on the bus, they're the responsibility of the bus driver, but they also have the huge job of driving that big bus and driving it safely. So their eyes need to be forward on the road, paying attention to what's going on around the bus, not necessarily what's inside the bus. So we really rely on you guys to teach the kids how to behave properly on the bus. So we'll talk about that as we go along. If you haven't yet, and I think most of you probably have, register for your school bus service through your school. There's forms to fill out, so if you go to Holy Trinity, you're going to call Selena and have the forms filled out. Is anybody here not registered for the bus yet?
Me.
You? Mom's going, yes you are, be quiet. Okay, that being said, if you ever have any changes to your bus service requirements, like if you move or change schools, same thing, you're going to call your school and let them know about the changes, and they will pass those changes on to your respective transportation people. Okay, so any changes in service get done through your school. If you ever have any concerns, questions, or even celebrations, if you want to phone and tell us how fantastic your bus driver is, we like to get those phone calls too. So keep your bus transportation phone numbers handy as well, which will be listed on the parent handout, which we'll give you guys at the end. If you haven't already done so, please register for the parent portal. So this is a really cool tool, and you can find links to it on both Prairie South website and Holy Trinity websites. It gives you not only information like where your bus stop is and what time your pickup is, but also lets you view the bus in live time. So if you're waiting for the bus and it hasn't showed up yet and you're not sure if the bus is late or if you missed it, you can just pull up "Where's my bus?" and it'll show you exactly where your bus is and how far it is from your house. So it's pretty cool. The other important thing it does for you is it gives you first-hand email notifications when bus routes are canceled. We also post our cancellations on social media, so Facebook, Twitter, and on both Prairie South and Holy Trinity websites. So, oh, and the local radio stations also will post them for us. So really important to know that once the weather turns cold, our cold weather policy is that the temperature with or without wind chill, when it reaches -40, buses do not run. So don't send little guys out to the bus stop when it's super cold because the bus isn't coming. So again, that's where those email notifications are going to come in real handy for you guys. All right, any questions so far? Just a couple of other things for mums and dads, just for your information so that you guys know, just like they do fire drills in the school, we also do evacuation drills on the bus. And the only reason I mention this is because historically we know that it kind of scares the little ones. They don't really understand why we're doing it or what's going on. So again, if you can talk to them at home about it and let them know, what's going on. We do them twice a year in September and February. And it's literally an evacuation of the bus. So the driver will find a parking lot or something like that to pull over, and they will practice getting off the bus as quickly and safely as possible. So when they come home one day and say, my bus driver made me get off the bus in a parking lot, you're gonna know why. Okay? And then lastly, just I ask that, they go to school, especially those first few days, and they come home and they're gonna be so excited to tell you all about it. Ask them specifically how the bus ride is. If you just say, how was your day? They don't necessarily think of the bus ride. So if you can ask them specifically how the bus ride was, and if there's ever any problems or questions, make sure you let us know. Okay? Any questions for mums and dads? All right, little guys, everybody come on in closer to me so we can chat. Come on. Awesome. How are you guys doing? Are you guys excited? Did anybody here ever ride a bus before? Yeah? No, most people haven't, right? So this is going to be your first time. Are you excited about it? Is there anybody that's maybe a little nervous? Not quite sure? That's why we come here today, so that you don't have to be nervous. You can see that the bus is fun, that the bus drivers are awesome, and we're all here to make sure that you guys have a good bus ride, okay? So there's lots of rules when it comes to riding the bus, and I'm going to tell you about lots of rules today. But the number one rule that I need you to always remember is that you have to stay sitting on your bum when you're riding the bus. Okay? So remember that. That's right, we're going to talk about that. Okay, so I want you to remember, always sit on your bum. Okay? Most of you here live in the city, right? Some of you live on a farm?
I live on a farm.
Right? So if you live on a farm, you're pretty lucky the bus is going to come right to your house to get you and you don't have to do anything. If you live in the city, chances are you're going to have to walk somewhere from your house to a corner somewhere to catch the bus with a bunch of other kids. We call that a group stop. And it's your job to make sure that you are ready and waiting at that group stop in the morning for your bus to come. Okay?
I live on a farm.
Good. So when mom is telling you in the morning to hurry up and put your shoes on and eat your breakfast and go to the bathroom and get your backpack ready, make sure that you're doing it and getting ready, because the bus will not wait for you if you're late. Okay? So that's your job, to make sure that you're ready to go and waiting for the bus. Deal? Promise? Good job. Okay, so when you get out to that bus stop and you're waiting with all the other kids, there's some rules around that. We want to make sure that we wait on the sidewalk. We don't play on the road or in other people's yards. We don't want to walk on other people's grass or touch their flowers or their trees or anything like that, okay? We're going to wait patiently on the sidewalk, but far enough away from the road so that when your bus drives up, you're not going to be in the way. That bus is big, and your driver can't see little you down here on the sidewalk, so you have to make sure you stay far back away, okay? When the bus pulls up, it'll stop and the doors will open and you can get in and get on the bus, okay? And where do you think you sit when you get on the bus?
The seats.
In the seats, yeah.
Yeah, seats.
Not on the floor, right? When you get on the bus, some bus drivers will have what's called a seating plan, and they will tell you where they want you to sit, okay? So then you sit where they want you to sit. Other drivers don't always have a bus seating plan, which means you can kind of sit wherever you want. But generally speaking, we want the little kids like you guys to sit at the front of the bus, and the older kids get to sit at the back.
Well, I'm older.
Yeah, when you grow up and get bigger, you can sit at the back,
I'm
okay?
5.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm 5.
Most of you will be 5.
I'm 6.
Right on. Okay, are you guys ready to go for a ride?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take 2 buses out today. If you're going to a Holy Trinity school, you can go on that bus over there with Miss Wendy. And if you're going to a Prairie South